think that worked. I'm sure somebody will let me know if it doesn't work. All right, grab some stuff here. Pop my forge back on. Oh, forks everywhere. All right, so hopefully you can hear me. It's been a while since I've had this plugged in, so it might go dying on me. It's my first time back in over a month now. So I just got some stuff cleaned up. Now I'm on a kind of getting ready for an event in a few weeks. So I was just going to crack out some of these little snail forks. And then I got some steel. We'll try our hand at, I picked up a hammer in over a month. Had my total knee replacement. And I'm walking without a cane where it's flat. But I got it right over here, so when I leave, I can navigate. But yeah, so we're gonna do. I have an event coming up. It's an outdoor parking lot event, and I like making these little snail forks. So I'll try and get one popped out here, so you kind of see what we're looking at. Get all my tools lined up here, so I know where I'm doing. All right, this might not be great, but we'll give it a whirl. This first piece might be some kind of garbage steel, so we're just gonna, well, it's really not garbage steel, that's for sure. Oh, it says right on the back. I can't read it though. So first step, we're just gonna roll up the shell of the snail. I saw another blacksmith do this online, like I mentioned before, and I mean, you go to a thrift shop, you can buy these forks for nothing. And when I went to my first event a month and a half ago, I mean, it was just a lot of fun to watch how exciting it was for people just to kind of see you just kind of transform something right before them. It's something as simple as a fork into a snail, and I got a small handful of these around the house, and my wife loves plants, and so they're kind of hiding here and there, and they're kind of fun. I don't even bother selling them. I just kind of fun and simple to make. Show people something simple you can repurpose. So yeah, so there I got the shell done on that one. I'll flip it around. I was actually with my wife at Walmart the other day, and they had these really cheap forks that were all a little thicker and more consistent. And so I think I might actually just go and buy those. I'll create a little fixture so I can get a nice, spiral. Got to turn that around. And that way they all come out real nice and consistent, but I'll have a box of these mismatched forks, so we can It's kind of fun to have a unique type of snail, but therein lies the issue with messing with these whatever type of material fork from your thrift shops is. Could be any old type of thing. Like this one's just super thin, but we'll call that good. You know, nothing too fancy. It's a little wobbly, but whatever. Today I'm just trying to, maybe this was the worst thing to start with, instead of just hammering stuff around, you know. So now that's done. So now we're on to the little feet and the antenna. So I'm just gonna roll these little feet in here. Got to have a 4-prong fork. It's gonna kind of stink. This event I'm going to. It's gonna be November 8th, and I'm in southern Minnesota in a parking lot. So there we got the little feet right there. Can you see it? There you go. So I gotta twist these up. I'm gonna pop that back in. It'll be the coldest event I've ever done, or coldest weather I've ever done outside. So it'll be a thing, but hopefully the sun's shining at least, and the event draws a lot of people too. This will be a lot of fun stuff going on. Oop, that's not great. There we go. That'll work. Maybe I'll just do these 3 forks today. That feels like a good enough little warm up to my accustomed to what we're doing here. Oop, oop, oop. Hold on. Dude, it's hard getting a grip. Yeah, these thinner ones, they're definitely a trick, that's for sure. Kind of everything's going everywhere. We'll make it work. Just about done with these ones. In fact, while I'm doing that, maybe I'll go ahead and grab some steel here. So the next part today, we have some 3/8 by 3/8 square. We're gonna go ahead and chuck those in. We're gonna work on just some simple bottle openers, but another one of those things for me, which just nice and easy. And all right. So last step here, we just go ahead and pull that up. Twist that forward. There's your simple little snail. It's kind of funny, you know, nothing really too crazy about it, but these forks are just sitting there in the bin at the thrift shop, and when you can make one of them in a few minutes for a group, it's kind of fun. And yeah, so that's that. We'll cool that down. Yeah, so there we go. Our little fork snail. I'll go against the white building there. There we go. Nothing fancy. We'll just toss you right there. There we go. All right, number 2. Like I said, like we just put these in our little planters at home and are just on the shelves, and they're just kind of a fun little piece of decoration, you know, that something repurposed is always kind of fun. So I'm not paying too much attention to the feed today. I'm just kind of familiarizing myself back with the shop again. We have been out for just a little while. All right, there you go, number 3. Those will just be there. All right, we'll take a quick peek here. We got rolling. What is up, Bobby? LeBron, what is up? Okay, so switch gears here, grab a different hammer, grab a different set of tongs. Minnesota, but we got nice weather today, but the door is open. All right, let's see if this works. Check, check. All right, so I think that's good. So like I said, it was a 5-inch piece of 3/8 square. We're gonna draw it out 1.5 inches. I'm gonna try to not die while I'm doing it. All right. Yeah, so just a flat taper. That's all we're looking for today. Then we're gonna start doing some bending after that. I like to try and get that taper drawn out in two quick heats. There we go, 2. Gotta work on my accuracy just a little bit there. The taper I do need kinda not sharp, but I do need it to be almost like a chisel. Because this tip right here is what's going to pop off the bottle cap. So it does have to be a little sharp. All right, so that was the first heat. So the second one, we'll try and get it drawn out to the length we need. And because I'm a little out of practice, that is to length, but I'm just gonna pop that back in so I can finish it real nice. When I get some of that strength back in my arm, we'll close that down a little bit. Yep, just about there. All right, we'll just clean this up. There we go. Nice long, drawn out taper. So now we can start on the next step of this one, which is to, gotta think of my steps. So the first curl is gonna be for the bottle opener part. And then we roll it back to make like a shepherd's crook or shepherd's staff. nice and straight. All right, that's 2. This one just needed to get a pinch longer. All right, and 3. So now we'll go ahead and we'll roll with the first bend here. My bottle. So this first bend right here, if you can see that, just needs to get under there. Yep, perfect. So that can go back in. Ready for the next step. All right, there you go. Just that little hook right there just to pop off the bottle cap. Oh, better check that one. That looks a little shallow. No, we're good. Sweet. Straighten you out a little bit here. Awesome. All right. All right, so next step, we're gonna cool off our curl so we can hit it. Bend this around the horn so it's a functioning. I like that to touch. So there you got our bottle opener. That's basically it right there. So now, do I want to mark these or just twists? I think I do want to. Oops, sorry, I hope I'm not messing that up. So I'm going to get my bob punch and heat that back up, and I'm going to smack the living daylights out of it so we can put my logo on there. So we're going to cool off that curl so we can bend it over our horn. Oop, 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 oop. All right, there's number 2. Yeah. Yeah, I can see my consistency is not quite great. Tell I've been out of practice for a little bit here. That's fine. We'll get her figured out. Perfect. All right, so we got 3 done. The last things we're gonna do, I'm gonna punch it right there real hard. Gonna smush it out so I can get a, I got my, my touch mark for Joko. We're gonna put that on there. But first we gotta smoosh it, so I got this bob puncher, it's the bull nose right there. We're just gonna smoosh it out a little bit. Let's get our tools ready. Okay. Herein lies the trick of getting this all right. Right underneath that. Get it set. I just need it big enough to get my touch mark on. That's probably enough. So I just got that little bulb right there, so we'll toss that back in. Same deal. It's probably enough. Then when we're done with this step, we'll go ahead and get the touch mark, then we'll put some twists in it. Yeah, it's probably fine. All right, that's done. Shoe back. Back in the fire. Okay, get my touch mark ready here. Okay. All right. Shoe down. The trickiest part is getting you set right in there. Oh yeah, perfect. That'll do. So you won't be able to see that, but I got my little JC punch right in that little smoosh part. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn that around. Don't drop it. So we can put some twists on here now. First we'll go ahead and just get the rest of these punched out. Yep, perfect. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Turn you around. Sweet. All right, that's done. All right, so now pull your tongs off. I'm going to twist the camera here. See my little, I wish I could do this in a way where you could see all, but so there's my vise. Vise right here. Got a twist wrench. And on these, I like to do a reverse twist. So we're going to twist it half or I think I do a full turn. We'll cool that part off and you twist it back the other way. So Let's make sure I can do this right. So we're going to go ahead and bite onto just the bottom. Grab our twist wrench, not too high up, halfway, and we'll just do a half twist. So there's my half twist right there. We'll probably get rid of some of this for now. So there I have a half twist right there on the bottom. Pop that back in. So everyone, first I do clockwise. So we're just going to pinch on a little bit of the bottom again. Go about halfway up. And just point the wrench towards myself. That's all we're doing for the first bend. First twist, rather. Put you back in. All right, last one. Pinch the bottom. Halfway up. Twist it towards myself. And for me, I mean, I've done enough of these to kind of do it too much without thinking. But I try and have it when I first start making anything that I'm going to make a lot of. I'll do it kind of in a certain sequence, so you can't really mess it up. So there's your half twist there. I'm going to heat it up, cool down the bottom half, twist it the other way, and in theory, you'll get a nice reverse twist. So what we're going to do is cool it down. So I cooled it down. I cooled the first twist down. We'll pop it back in, lock it in place. Put my wrench up higher. Higher. And instead of this way, I'm going to go this way. Half turn towards myself. Yep, perfect. Nice reverse twist. That's, I mean, nothing fancy about it at all. It's super simple, but makes just one of those little things you can do where, yeah, you're taking extra time to make another little feature, but okay, make sure my pop bottle still fits on here. Yep, that looks good. Just kind of show you what we got here. Talking, you can't even see me. So there's the reverse twist. You see it starts to twist one way, and it creates almost like a ripple effect right there. So yeah, that's what we like. And we'll put that one off so we can get a little beeswax on it. So again, all we're going to do for the reverse twist is we're going to cool off the twist that we already did. Lock it back in. Shouldn't matter what direction it points. Twist wrench. Instead of going this way, we go the opposite. Just point it right back towards myself. Yep, nice reverse twist. Yeah, one of those simple little things you can do to set it apart from simple full twist to add a little more complexity to what you're doing. Try and be good at keeping stuff clean as I'm going. So there's number 2 right there. And last one. cool off the twist. Pop it in your vise. Don't touch the vise because it's hot. You know nothing about that. Twist wrench here. I suppose I can turn you back here so we can see what we're doing. Where's my anvil? There we go. All right, so let's get that cleaned up. I like these bottle openers because you got a small handful of skills, nothing too hard. So there you go. And then if I turn it that way, I don't know if you can see it, but right underneath the hook right there, you can see my JC. That's the Joko. We'll see if got some beeswax. I like using beeswax. Yeah, there you go. It shouldn't be burning it off. You get a little bit of smoke. I like using beeswax. It's natural. It's a lot of the other stuff that's out there contains a lot of junk. So we're just gonna keep it simple. Beeswax is cheap. Call up your local farmer. And then I just dab it off with a cloth. But it should seal it right in there though. And sometimes this is a little warm. Huh, seems okay. If it is a little hot, you can always just do a quick dunk, cool it down. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit better. It's hard to see on camera, but it turns the metal from a gray to a nice black or a nice dark charcoal gray. It's kind of associated with that kind of blacksmith look. And then just dab off some of the excess. This other one's going to be real hot, so we'll cool that off a bit more. So yeah, so there we go. I think still feeling pretty good. For those who didn't catch the beginning of my video, I'm back after a month. I had a total knee replacement at my ripe age of 43. So I haven't been, this is the first time I've been at the anvil for over a month. But I got an outdoor event coming up. And just started kind of get back into the shop a little bit. And yeah, so there we go. That's what we're looking for. Just a real simple bottle opener. I sell these for, I forget what I have on these, maybe like 15 bucks or something like that, 10, 20 bucks. And so I'll put these on my table here, let them totally cool down. I think what I might do too, still got some people, we got a few people watching. Maybe I'll turn that baby back on. I got some, here, let me see if I can. Got some 1/2 inch round. Maybe we'll work on some leaves quick, see how that goes, as long as I'm still feeling good here, I guess. All right, the nice thing about these, the leaves, you don't need tongs. Well, depending on how long your steel is. I try and keep it pretty long. Eventually, I'll need to bust out the tongs, but initially, you know, you got a stick of it, or you got to stick a rebar or a common type of steel. Just throw it in the fire. You don't even need a set of tongs, which I kind of like. So that'll just take a hot minute. Get you warmed up. So on these, I'm going to need some scroll tongs. And we're just going to make a leaf. First, we need to draw sharp taper. Section off that little bit of steel, that taper you're doing. You'll smash that leaf out, and whatever kind of design you want, which I think I want a chisel. Chisel. Okay, I got a round chisel. That's what you'll need. So you can kind of walk that chisel to where you want to make the design for your leaf. Let's keep that right there. While we're waiting for that steel to get going. Oh. Check the feed here. Catch up. Let's see here. I'll go back to the top. All right. You know how many of these people are still on? Are you a blacksmith? Well, I'm a fabricator, but I've been doing a lot of blacksmithing. Yo Batista, what up? John McGinty. It's a Beaver forge, super cheap on Amazon. I'll eventually make my own, but for like $100 shipped, you can't go for trying it out. You can't go wrong. Felipe, Lorette, what up? T. Luis Gutierrez. I can't quite see the flag. Another person. Yep, can't read a lot of these. CD Forge. So I was just making some bottle openers. I haven't been in the forge for a while, and it's a real simple thing to try and get back into the mix. So that's all we're doing. So CD Forge, what up? Vile Gamer, what up? All right, looks like our steel's looking hot. So we're gonna draw a sharp taper. That's gonna be the leaf. You can see I'm kind of gimping around a little. Still learning to walk without a walker and a cane. But I tell you what, a new knee, man, feels pretty good. Okay, so I think I'm ready to go here. Let's draw that taper real sharp. Only doing two sides. So I'm just turning it back and forth so we get a real sharp taper like that. I think I'm going to hit that again though. I want to sharpen it up just a little more. Kick that out of the way of the heat there a little. When you're working on that point, you want to be right up to the edge of your anvil so you don't clock your anvil. All right, just going to go ahead and get this one brought down just a little more, a little sharper point. All right, that looks pretty good. You're going to turn it over now. Got kind of a diamond. You're going to turn it over and half on, half off. Half on, half off. Right on the corner there. So now I'm starting to separate out my leaf right there. I need a little more heat though. So we'll pop you back in. Just get this one a little sharper. Turn it over. Half on, half off. Half on, half off. So we start sectioning off that leaf. Give my forge just a little more heat. And I did not bring water. That's okay. Yeah, I'll just make these. This is another thing I want to practice a lot of. A lot of guys out there make these really well. Mr. Patil, what up? I don't know if I said hi to you. Leg breaker, what up? Do you have an induction forge? I think, yeah, do it. Make something, hopefully. Nice. Go get water. I know, right? Pounded plenty before I got here, but I'm like a little parched. Like 99% parched. Could really go for a cola. Name that movie. Okay, so that should be good. We'll keep sectioning off that steel. I don't want these too thin. Maybe like a 1/4 inch stem. Maybe a little less. Yeah, that seems good. All right, there we go. So that's what I'm looking for. So I got my large leaf on top. I got the material separated. So now I'm going to go back and just start working out that vine. And for these, I'll do the leaf first, and then I'll cut it all off. I'll taper out the vine, get some curls on it, make it pretty, blah, blah, blah. So put you back in. All right, there we go. That's all I'm looking for. Just roll it right off. And I could probably even roll that a little more too. Yeah, we'll call that good. So now I'll go ahead and I'll work on the leaf. This is where I'll probably struggle, so no laughing. See, my leaf is already kind of fat, but so just start working out that leaf like so. There'll be some big ones. So I could probably even use 3/8. Might be a little better. It's a little bigger than I want, but something bigger to hit. So maybe that's okay. Yep, and when it gets cold, just pop it right back in. Forget how long my, there we go. The other thing is I want my leaf to be all, you know, like a leaf. So I got a little hammer, little bull peen. I'll use the vise, and I'll get that set up here. So I got this chunk of wood right here with some of this is all broken out. So I'm gonna put that in the vise. I'll get you turned this way when we get to that step. All right, so that's locked in. So when our leaf is flat enough, and at the end, we'll pound into that leaf to kind of give it the contours and everything we're looking for. Okay, so keep spreading this leaf out here. We're getting there. It's kind of getting a little wonky, but I mean, for what I'm doing, I mean, any kind of direction it goes, it's fine. Not really too many leaves that are too identical. Probably get a smaller hammer too. Geez, maybe that would help. And these are going to be made as like ornaments. So I don't want anything too sharp or too crazy, but that's, you know, it's kind of actually, I kind of like that pattern, which makes you wonder, like, do you even bother putting any veins in? But the veins look good too, so. So just pop these out just a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. There we go. So we got our leaf. We'll add some contours and whatnot. So the next step for me is I'm going to cut it off. I'll start drawing that taper, which I could draw some of the taper now too, but we'll just chop it off. Trim a little further. Okay, get this one finished up. A little sharper there. All right, there we go. Leaf 2. So now we'll get our cutoff tool. There's other ways. I mean, there's like 1,000 ways. You go online. Everyone, depending on what they're making, how they're making it, and when they cut it off, a lot of times they'll draw that stem out just a little further, which is probably smart, but I'm going to just cut mine off and then just draw the taper right out, which I'll need I'll use smaller set of these when I'm ready. So while that's going, let's see here, try and catch up here. Oh, so, okay, leg breaker. Do you have any makers hammer-wise that for you do have a type of steeling or hammers? Yeah, so if I think I got you right, literally I've been forging for the last year, and to get as set up as cheap as possible, I have 4 hammers and they're all from Harbor Freight. It's like less than $20 or $30. There's 2 or 3 different guys I've found online who this next year I'll probably buy a nice rounding hammer. And I gotta think of who they are. I think one guy's name is Andrew Larson. I think he makes, he's got to be his 20s, 30s, young guy, makes some really nice stuff. I want to say his name is Andrew Larson. Yeah, AL Forge. Yeah, Andrew Larson. There's another guy, I want to say it's like Red Hill or something. I cannot think of it, but no, there's the first hammers I ever used was Old Hickory Forge. John, his Etsy store is shut down now. He's got a whole story you can follow on YouTube. Because he was down in the flooding in, was it one of the Virginia or Carolinas? I can't remember, but he used to make real nice hammers. Those are the first hammers I ever used. Is John from Old Hickory Forge. But I think he's just getting going again. But he makes real nice stuff as well. Big old military guy, well, former military guy. So yeah, I can't think off the top of my head. I cannot think of the names of the hammers, but eventually you can tell the difference between these cheap Harbor Freight ones and a legit, hammer with some good steel. Old Bull, why do I tap the anvil after hammering a blow? So depending on what I'm doing, if I'm in the rhythm making something I'm familiar with, I don't do it very often. But you'll notice if you're doing a project and I just kind of bring it out to the side, and if I hold on to it, if I hold really hard on my hammer, you don't want to do that. You're letting the hammerhead do the work. And so a lot of times when instead of holding it like this, I just let it rock off just kind of bounce off to the side. And then I'm not even really holding on to it. I just got it literally like this, just kind of flops in my hand. And so it just kind of keeps my rhythm going back and forth. And so I'll say that when I first started, I never did that. I was just kind of pounding and pounding. And then the more I've smithing, you don't even think about it. Before you know it, it just kind of taps, bap, 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 and just kind of going back and forth. And so it's just kind of a habit that it just happens. All right, so let's get these cut off. I don't need a ton of steel, so I'm just gonna go right about there. This is why I like doing these. Oh, I went too far. That's why I like doing these. So now I can just put this right back in and start on another leaf. I'm just making the 2 today, but that's why I like making the leaves. Is you can just kind of go back and forth and back and forth. When you're done with one, you put another one in. It's kind of like when you're working on nails. You got your nail header and like some 1/4 inch stock. You draw your taper, you cut it off, you draw the nail head out, and that's it. And then you put your steel right back in and keep going. So these, I just go, cut that end off. And my cutoff tool is a $5 axe from Harbor Freight. I just smacked out the handle. Try not to actually, how you're supposed to do it. If I can break you off. There you go. So that's it. But then you can pop that right back in and just make another leaf. And you could have, depending on the size of your forge, you can get 3 or 4 of those pieces of steel in, and just kind of keep going. All right, so now I'm going to clean up a little here, just put some stuff back. Okay, I'll use this hammer and I'll take off your hot cut so you don't chop a finger off. So now we're just going to draw the taper out for those vines. So I'm just gonna start drawing that out. The vine, because I want to make kind of a, these are going to be Christmas ornaments or meant for Christmas ornaments. So I want enough to draw kind of a figure eight, I think. All right, we're getting there. Shouldn't take too many heats doing that. I can turn my heat down a little, I guess. Yep, and my knee's about ready for a break. So we're gonna get these done. Call it a day. Yeah, leg breaker. God, yeah, I wish I, man, I wish I could think of, man, there's two or three guys I follow. But I mean, it's 150 to 200 or more for the hammers, which is fine. They're worth it. But I mean, for just playing around right now, it's like whatever. Bad habit, wasted energy. You got it. Okay, I think I got that where I want it. I'm just gonna chamfer off those and kind of roll it a little bit, round it off a little bit. So, and then we'll start on to some of the other features. Perfect. Round them off. Okay, so order of operation. I got to make sure I do this right. Today we'll just do whatever, I guess. Just round and chamfering those corners off. Okay. Oop. A little far on the fire. Okay, we'll do one, and then we'll roll it back the other way. And that one kind of went a little off, but I like that. It's a vine, so, you know, whatever. Get in a little further. So yeah, I'll do the second curlicue, and then we'll grab my chisel and we'll put some veins on the leaf, and then we're going to pound it into our little chunk of wood on our vise. I'm going to carefully move this up a little more here, not tip over the camera. Sweet. There we go. All right, just about done. So we're going to go ahead and curl off that, or cool off the first curl, and go right over our anvil here. That one I should have gone maybe a little sharper. Yeah, so we're just got our little vine all kind of curled up. Now I'm seeing why for this one I probably should have go ahead and, what do I do? I think I'll leave that one. I kind of like it, but I do need to make some chisel marks on it. Since it's mild steel, we'll all right. So it's got the little veins on there. Some of this I'm going to grind a little differently. Yeah, so we're going to pop that back in. Pop out our other one here. Cool you off. Try and get a little tighter curl on this one now. There we go. just, I'm trying, I don't want all these like exactly the same, so I'm allowing it to kind of take its own kind of form a little. Just make sure it's closed off because we're gonna put a little piece of twine on it. So you can hang it from a branch. So we'll quick just put some veins on this. Okay. So there's that. Got some veins. We'll go ahead and pop the leaf side back in so we can look at that. I think on this other one, I am going to try and, what do I want to do with it? We'll go like that. Why not? I'm going to turn my camera around here so we can go over to the device. Heat that up just a little bit more. All right, so yes, I got this itty bitty little bull peen hammer that I found at a garage sale. And I got kind of this concave piece burned out of this chunk of wood. It kind of helps real nice to make those details on the leaf. And it fits in my little cup. Let's try the other one here. Maybe I should try it the other way. Back side. Yeah, nothing crazy. Cool you off. Yeah, so there you go. Nothing too crazy, just a little leaf kind of ornament. Get this other one here. Gas off so I can hear myself think. I'm gonna go this other way too. Perfect. Yeah, I like that. Tilt you forward a little. Sweet. Turn you back. Yep, there we go. All right, cool that down. Sweet. All right, well, that's all I'm doing today. This one's kind of a little wonkier, but it'll just hang like this from your tree, or whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, that's all I'm doing for the day. We did some bottle openers. Let me grab one of those. You can just kind of see what we did. So my warm up today was just kind of making these little bottle openers. It's got my little touch mark right there. Yeah, bottle opener just like that. Pops it off. Got a reverse twist on there. Nothing fancy. You can make it really quick. Trevor, what is up? And then we just took some sticks 1/2 inch round, just to just start working on some other skills, just drawing leaves out. I need to do more of that. I'm not very good at it. So yeah, hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. That's all I have time for today. Take it easy and go make something. Off. Yes, and